What's up, everybody? It's KelseeBrianaJai, and I am here with my Huda Beauty highlighter palettes. Finally. So these just got to me in the mail. Like, when I say just got to me, I mean ding dong, you have a package. Thank you, Sits Down Films. So I'm super excited to finally have these. Initially, when I ordered this, I ordered it to a P.O. box address, and normally, you know, when you place an order on an online website, if they don't ship to a P.O. box address, it immediately tells you they don't ship there. You have to put in a physical address, but they didn't put that. So 4 days later, I get in contact with them, and they're like, hey, I'm like, what's up with my order? They're like, well, it's on pause because we don't ship to P.O. boxes. I'm like, what do you mean? They were really good in communicating with me, and I was able to get them today. It's Tuesday, so it's a minor setback. It's the packaging that it comes in. It says Huda Beauty, shop Huda Beauty. I have not opened this because I wanted to open it for the first time on camera with you guys. The first thing that's super cute, I guess she has her own emojis. They're called Huda Emoji. And she gave us some stickers. Super cute. Both of my palettes are bubble wrapped. It smells really strong. Really strong. Okay, this one is golden. So just the plastic smell like that. This one is golden. So this is what we have. So her face is on both of the containers. So golden is definitely more of the warm toned vibes on the cover, and she has like a little duochromed action on the cover. On the pink one, she has more so of a blonde statement, and she has pink on her lids. I think Huda is getting her sexy on these covers. It looks like she's gonna drop a fire R&B album in here. She's giving me a little Ashanti 2005. Right here, she's giving me a little bit of Shakira 07. So let's go over everything about the palettes first. These palettes are exclusive on Shop Huda Beauty. As for right now, these definitely will be released like in your Sephora's, or I don't know if everybody's Sephora is going to get it, but definitely Sephora online. And this is described as a 3-dimensional highlighter palette with melted cream and powder. These are $45 each, and they both have 4 shades of highlighter in them. Each palette has 0.11 ounces of products or 31.5 grams of products. Huda Beauty is also about that branding too. So she has all of her platforms back here: Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Snapchat. Interesting, she doesn't have a Twitter. Do people still tweet random thoughts? The palette is protected like pretty tightly by a plastic slip cover. It's like on there. The packaging feels like a pretty sturdy container. The description says the ultimate instant glow is now in everyone's grasp. Inspired by Huda's hack of layering oil with powder highlight to amplify her glow, this palette is packed with 2 different textures. The melted strobe, which is a pearlescent creamy formula enriched with carrot butter to create a flawless lit from within canvas for layering powders. 3 light-catching pressed pearls staggered in complementary tones to give you a sculptural 3D radiance. So we're opening up the packaging. There's no mirror. She has like a little plastic cover to make it not as dirty. And then she has instructions here. So what I'm going to do is try all these on as a highlighter. And then at the end, I will do what she says and follow the steps. So here's the Pink Sands edition. This one is lighter. A lot of these highlighters are going to give you that really light luminescent feel to them. So let's see how they apply. I'm going to skip the cream right now, and I'm just going to apply the powders. So starting at the top, I'm going to go in with Santorini. This is a MAC 133 brush. I'm dipping it into the products, and there's not a lot of kickback. Let's see what this is talking about. Okay. Really nice and smooth. It's like a whitish tone highlighter. I thought it would be a little bit more gold tone than this, or a little bit more pink tone. It's very reflective, I will tell you that. The color is so stark against my complexion. Definitely, I think it's workable, but it's not going to be my first choice in color. It looks just blinding, especially on the viewfinder. So here is Santorini. Taking the same brush, I'm going to dip into Azores. This color is not really that popping on my skin tone. It almost looks like if gold was going to be natural on my complexion, this will be like a natural golden tone. And I think because my skin tone is so golden that it's just really not popping on my complexion. Say for instance, if I had on a really dope blush, but I didn't want to overpower that, I think I would go for this. And then I'm going to go in with Ibiza, which is the only pink tone highlighter in the Pink Sands Edition highlighter palette. And this color is pretty. So this is like a rose gold color, but it has, to me, a reflectiveness of silver and gold. So it almost is neutral. So it's not going to come off as, oh my gosh, she has on a pink highlighter. It just almost looks like a natural flush from within but highlighted area on my face. Now I'm going to follow the directions. So you'll see me use Capri, the cream shade, as a base to smooth the skin. So I'm going to apply this. You kind of have to be careful when you apply cream highlighter on top of your makeup just because it picks your freaking makeup up. It feels tacky to the touch, so I don't think it's intended to be worn alone. It's a very natural highlighted look. It's not going to give you anything that's too crazy by itself, but it'll be a nice base like it says for the rest of the colors. Here's Capri on its lonesome, just a nice wash of iridescence. Step number 2 says to dab Santorini from cheek to temple to set and bring out the pop. Okay, definitely helps these powders go on a lot smoother versus just applying the powders by themselves. But let's see, to sculpt, apply Azores under your cheekbone to add shape. For the sake of following instructions, I'm gonna do it. This is a MAC 168 brush, and I'm gonna do it. Use this like as a bronzer. Well, this isn't really working as a bronzer on me. And then it says to flush, sweep Ibiza on the apples of your cheeks for a healthy glow. No. I do not like it at all following these directions. I definitely think using the cream as a base helps smooth the powders out immensely. However, following the instructions that we're giving in this palette, it made my skin look very, very textured. I already have breakouts here and it emphasized it. You need something to add dimension back into the face. By following these instructions, there's a lot of metallicness on my skin and I don't like that. There's nothing to balance it out. But I would say use the cream and then apply these on top to get a smoother finish. Now let's dip into the gold palette. So this one is trimmed in gold. So these palettes definitely look super similar. This one has more so of a deeper version of the other palette. I'm going to start off with the color Seychelles, and I am going to apply that on this side. So in the other palette, the golden color did not pop on my complexion. It needed that extra oomph. This color has that extra oomph and it pops. Let's dip into Tahiti. Just your pretty golden highlighter. Now I'm going to go into the color Zanzibar. That's really pretty, like a really nice rose gold. Like last time, I'm going to follow the instructions that were provided on the palette and I'm going to see how it turns out. So Fiji is the cream shade in this palette, so I'm going to dip straight into that. To set with Fiji as a base, same thing like last time. That really intensified that a lot. I'm gonna take Tahiti and just do what they say and let's just see how it goes. Okay, it's like a luminescent bronzer. This one definitely, you can see it on my complexion, but the last one was like, girl, where did you add that? You can see this one a lot more clearly, but still it's very, very light. And then it says to flush, use Zanzibar. Okay, I don't like these as blushes at all because they're so metallic. Again, even though this color combination is definitely more complementary to my skin tone, it blends a lot better, I still don't like the combination, like how she's suggesting to use it. I think that these all should be used as highlighters. But if you're a person who wants to try it out and you feel like it'll work on you, or you like more metallic highlighters and bronzers and everything metallic on your cheeks, and you just have no texture there, go for it. I, and probably most people, are not gonna like that. So definitely these are just highlighters. I am going to fix my face. I will come back and we will talk about this a little bit more, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts. So here's everything all together. If you want to know anything that's on my face, I will have all details listed down below. But all together, I think it came together really beautifully. Really nice and smooth. But my final thoughts on these palettes are, wait till they come to Sephora. That way you don't have to feel obligated to get both, because if you get one, shipping is not free until you spend $75. So unless you had something else on your list, there's no point of just buying one, because shipping is $20 because it's international. They are currently sold out on her website. You can click to sign up to be notified when they're restocked. I like these palettes. I don't think they are necessities. I think that the colors are pretty, but at this point we have so many things that look very, very similar to this, so I'm not gonna say it's a necessity. And I only really like the powder formulation on top of the cream, because by itself the powders are a little bit too texture enhancing on my skin, and the cream makes it soft. But the problem with that is that there's one cream for 3 products, and I don't really like the way that Huda tells you to use the products in conjunction with the cream. So I'm going to be using these products just as a highlighter, so I would have to use the cream and then the powders on top. If you're not a fan of using cream highlighters, I don't really like the powders by themselves. All of them to me have the same texture. They are easy to pick up. They don't have a lot of kickback, so you're not going to be wasting a lot of products. But just on the skin, to me, it emphasizes a lot of texture because they're so metallic. And that's on trend now, so you definitely can use other cream highlighters that you may have in your collection. You don't necessarily have to stick to the ones that come in the palette. But just for the sake of saying that you don't have any other cream highlighters, you're going to run through this one cream highlighter fast if you try to use it in conjunction with all 3 of the other highlighting powders. What I do like about these highlighter palettes is that you can customize your look. They're good, but they're not my favorites. I respect Huda. I respect her movement. I respect how she's turned herself into an empire. So I'm interested to see what her brand has next. So I'll leave it up to you and let you be the judge. Let me know what you guys think about this down below. Before we leave though, I do want to give you guys swatches and comparisons to these products to other products that you may have in your collection. To me, these colors are very reminiscent of other colors that you may have. The Pink Sands palette to me looks very similar to the Golden Sands palette. They're the same version of each other, but in different color ranges. Didn't realize how similar these palettes looked until I got them together, but to me they look very, very similar. So I'm gonna jump into the comparisons and the swatches, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Smooches. Bye.